Dear Toastmasters and guests, warm good evening.
Good evening.
I am Toastmaster Arun Manikandan, Shalvika Sajjada for this meeting today. The mission of Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skill, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. As a protocol of Toastmasters International, you are requested to keep away 3 taboo topics: sex, religion, and politics during the meeting. Further, I requested to every one of you switch off your mobile phone or put them in silent mode to avoid the further distraction. Also, you are requested to be seated comfortably until you are called. With this note, I call up our President Toastmasters Rajesh Pallikare for the opening address.
Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
I'm happy to see some new faces today. So our club is growing, that means. And all the newcomers, our Toastmasters of the evening will ask you to introduce yourself. That time you can tell your name, how you came to know about the club, and where do you work. These things you can tell our audience. And last time, in the last meeting, we told that we got 5 DCP points. That is one of our milestones. So today we are going to celebrate that 5 DCP points. I got the cake for that, so we can cut that.
So we are distinguished.
Now 100% we are distinguished, and another 7 points and 9 points, and our goal is 10 DCP points. So in the 10th DCP points, we are going to bring double the size of this cake, and let us try for that. And last time I told you that we have the club contest. The club contest we are scheduled for February 9th. Previous this time, no, February 9th.
Yeah.
And so far we did not get the venue for the club contest. If somebody can help us to find the venue, it is better, because we are planning to have a lunch during the club contest. So any hotel or with good ambience. Our guests are coming, and there will be outside judges. So we have to show ourselves we are a better club. So let us find a good venue for our club contest. Not only that, for the club contest we have to prepare ourselves. As we told in the last session, there are 4 events are there. That is international speech and humorous speech, table topics, and evaluation. So only for the international speech you have to complete 6 projects. Others anybody can complete. So whoever is the member, they definitely they can complete all the 3, and who has completed 6 projects, they can complete for all the 4. So I encourage everybody to participate, and from today you select some speech and start practicing from today. And February 9th is the D-Day, so that time you have to deliver and get the trophy, and that is very important for our club to show that we are standing ahead among the Abu Dhabi clubs. Anyway, we have proved that we are better than all Abu Dhabi clubs. So let us continue our tradition. With that note, I declare meeting number 169 is on. Today our dynamic Toastmaster Jamal, is taking us in a eventful 2 hours journey. I wish him all the success. Let us give a big round of applause to our Toastmaster.
Dear Toastmaster and guests, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm very glad to be the Toastmaster of the day today for our meeting number 169. Just to start, we have a few changes in the agenda. Start with our timer. Toastmaster Dinesh Kumar was not able to come on time, so Toastmaster Arun Manikandan will be our timer for today. Wordmaster, grammarian will be taken care by Toastmaster Shashi.
Sorry.
Accounter will be taken care by Toastmaster Shashi. Today we have only one speech, which is project number 4 by Toastmaster Deepak Joseph. Project speech number 4. and Toastmasters department will be evaluated by anybody ready to evaluate? Okay. So Toastmasters department will be evaluated by Toastmaster Rajesh Palikari, our president. Thank you very much for that. Okay. Well, to start our meeting, the theme of the day selected is the issue that we are all talking about, is VAT or VAT, which is the value added tax, which is going to be implemented by United Arab Emirates from 1st of January 2018. So that's very important to know something about it. We'll go through some information about the tax in this meeting, so we'll do that throughout the meeting. But to start with, it's actually a consumption tax. It's the first time implemented by UAE, but it was already in more than 150 countries in the world. So it's already implemented in more than 150 countries in the world, including all the 29 European Union members, including Canada, New Zealand, Australia, Singapore, and Malaysia. It is basically charged in every step of the supply chain, but it's ending up with us as a consumer, final consumer, we are going to pay the tax. The tax is just 5%, in other countries it's 20%, 16%, so still UAE is low in terms of who will collect this and the process. Businesses, they are the one who will collect the tax on behalf of the government. We'll go to the process later on. Now I'm very happy to see a good number of guests. Let's please start with our guest introduction. Can I request you please to come one by one? Just introduce yourself by name, company, as already the President said, how you came to know about Mussafah Toastmasters Club. Let's start with this.
Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
This is my second visit to Mussafah Toastmasters Club. We attended last meeting number 167. So those who are not there at the time, introducing me once again. My name is Suresh Babu. I'm working with insurance consultant for insurance brokers in Abu Dhabi City. And I was before with another club for maybe 1 year and completed 3 or 4 subjects, projects. I don't remember. Okay. I'm waiting to get some news on that and also see the proceedings.
Welcome on board Toastmasters Suresh Babu. Next guest please.
Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Myself, Krishna Murthy. I am working as a cost control manager in Western Bayona Group Contracting Company. So, this is the second time I am coming as guest for this Mussafah Toastmasters. Earlier, I was in Abu Dhabi in one club. I did 3 projects. So, I am looking forward to the meeting. Hope we will have a great session today.
Welcome. Toastmasters Murthy. Next please. Give him a big round of applause.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Aziz Amor. I have 27 years. I'm from Morocco. And I'm not good in English because my first and second language is Arabic and French. But I try to speak with you. And I work here as a designer in urban interior company with Mr. Nofel. And Mr. Nofel talked with me about customer, and I'm very interested. That's why I'm here. And I'd like to improve my level and make new friends and take an idea about the other country. Thank you. And
Welcome on board Toastmasters Amor. Next.
Hi, good evening all.
Good evening.
My name is Vishnu Narayanan. I am working as a sales engineer in a firm called OMT International. I am pretty new to Abu Dhabi. It's been just 2 months. My friend Deepak told about Toastmasters. So I am looking forward to know more about this.
Welcome on board, Toastmaster Vishnu Narayanan. Next guest.
Hi, good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mohammed Hari, working as HR assistant in Al-Jabal Group company. One of my friends will be regarding the Toastmaster. This is my first visit as a guest, and I would like to improve my communication and leadership skills in Toastmasters.
Any other guest? Okay.
I will also come.
Yes, please.
You are a non-guest. You are not eligible to be a guest anymore. You are, I think, 5th meeting, right?
My name is Shashi Kumar Nair and I am a Toastmaster for the past 5 years. I have a great passion to develop my communication and leadership skills. I do help a lot of members in developing their communication and leadership skills, and I tell every time I come here that my best audience are the guests who come here, because you are the future who is going to take our club to the next level. We are already part of the family, and whatever speeches that we deliver is only for you. And when you see we are excelling, it is a great sense of satisfaction that we get. So we request you to keep on coming in the club as a guest, and the day you feel that this is the time for you to join, please take that decision, and one day you will be much better than where we are, all of us are today.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shashi. Okay. Today I'm supported by great leaders who will help me throughout the meeting. Let's introduce our role players for today. Our timer is Toastmaster Aaron Manikandan. Toastmaster Aaron, could you please introduce your role?
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
My role as a timer to monitor time during the prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluation. At the end of the meeting, I will report the time of each participant. This will let you know if you delivered your presentation within the allotted time and frame. Thank you.
Next role is the role of accountant. Mr. Toastmaster Shashi, could you please tell us the role of
Well, I am here again, occupying the stage. None of us are native English speakers, and that's the reason why we want to develop our communication skills, and the mode of communication that we use here is English language. Now, as we speak, there are certain unwanted words, there are pauses, our own that we use. They are not bad if we are trying it for the first time, but we try to remove those words. So my job here today will be, as the speakers come on stage and they speak and they use that word, I will, at the end of the meeting, I'll submit a report. So next time you come on stage, you'll be a little more careful. It's like when the class teacher is there in the classroom, the children behave themselves. Please behave themselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shashi. I will give you today many, as you know, and you know, your basket will not be empty today. Our word master, grammarian today is our DTM Toastmaster Pio.
Toastmasters of the day, fellow members and distinguished guests, good evening.
Good evening.
As per the role, I have 2 responsibilities. The first one is to introduce a word which we are not using in our day-to-day activities. Today's word is, as you can see in the display, sedulous. Can you just repeat it?
Sedulous.
Sedulous. The meaning is,
Everybody told one.
that's why, to make my life easier. Constant or persistent in use or attention. Attentive or hardworking. So this is the meaning of that word. Different forms of this particular word is sedulously adverb because the word is an adjective. Or if you go to noun, it is sedulousness. Or when it comes to synonymous or substitute of this particular word is active or diligent, engaged, hopping, occupied, busy, etc. Now the usage. First usage, government has also been sedulous to protect tenants from the exactions of landlords that we face on yearly renewals when it comes to tenants, like as a rent, right? Okay, on the rents, right? The second one, she was known to her teachers as a quiet and sedulous girl. Not he, she. Third one is the sedulous craftsmanship was evident in the complicatedly carved cabinet and in all of its finely fitted drawers. So it shows the attention to detail. The word meaning is very simple, meaning is attention to detail. So let us try to use this word in today's conversations and the project speeches. Now my second role is as a grammarian. During the meeting I will listen to everyone's word usage for any awkward or misuse. Sorry, someone's phone is. Yeah. So, being a grammarian, my duty is to listen to everyone's word usage for any awkward or misuse of English language. This can be incomplete sentences, sentences that change the direction in midstream, incorrect grammar, or the like. I will report these occasions at the end of the meeting. I will also try to give some constructive suggestions for the correct usage within my limit. Over to you.
Thank you, ATM here, Anthony. Next role is our quiz master for today, our president Toastmaster, Rashesh Parikari. Could you please introduce your role as quiz master?
As a Toastmaster, I am testing your listening skills. And at the end of the program, I will ask you some questions which is related to the speech or other delivery it is given in the speech. And you should be careful. And there will be a big prize for that. Whoever scores the highest quiz questions. Be prepared. Take a pen. Note all the maybe dates. These things are all important. So, over to you.
Our table topic master for this evening is Toastmaster Naufal Kamalat. Toastmaster Naufal, could you please explain your role?
Toastmasters, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
Today, I'm your table topic master for the night. This is a fun portion of the meeting. It allows us to practice our impromptu speaking skill. Table topic also allows every member who does not already have a speaking role to speak at the meeting. I have prepared a topic which I will introduce shortly. Each person is given 1 minute to look at their topic and then they ask, speak for 1 minute. Over to you.
The new role of table topic evaluator this evening will be done by Toastmaster Vivek. Toastmaster Vivek, could you please introduce the role of table topic evaluator?
Good evening once again.
Good evening.
Today, my role is as a table topic evaluator. I will listen, watch each and every speech, and at the end I evaluate with the best result and with the best improvement suggestions. Over to you.
Our general evaluator for tonight will be Toastmaster Puranai. Toastmaster, could you please
Toastmaster evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening.
Good evening.
My role today is a general evaluator. It's a very big responsibility. I'll be evaluating the meeting in general. I'll be seeing how the meeting is organized, how it is conducted. I'll also evaluate each role players, how they play their role. And I'll also be observing the meeting in general, each and everyone, how we are participating in this meeting. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Tony. Our food of the day today will be special, definitely, because it's going to be conducted by our senior Toastmaster, Toastmaster Vivek, to the stage again. Let's welcome Toastmaster Vivek.
Good evening again.
Good evening.
Today, early morning, I was reading newspaper College Times. So the special news is, it takes me to tell you that the parents of students is very agitated and going for booking their children's uniform at early, before the VAT is going to implement. Yesterday it was different news that residents, those who are residing, no need to pay, but they have to pay the parking VAT. The day before yesterday there was another news. So the news are coming and we are getting a lot of messages. Even I got today message from my first Gulf bank. Another day I got message from FEWA. So we are all getting informations about the tax which is going to be implemented in this country. A lot of people are worried about this. And maybe we will be more worried when our TME is going to explain the tax. Today is a meeting of the thought of the meeting. The theme of the meeting. But something we have to do. We cannot deny the word. We need to accept it as a positive necessity. What is a positive necessity here? For that, if we accept and if ready for our minds, what is going to benefit? Maybe I am going to give some of the amount monthly or more than that. But apart from that, there is 7 other reasons I just calculated or telling about what is going to be change. The change helps always to grow us. One of them. Another one, change teaches you to be flexible. Third one, change can challenge your values and beliefs. The fourth one, change reveals your strength. Change makes you more compassionate. The fifth one. And sixth one, change breaks up routines. Our routines may be going to change tomorrow onwards. Change offers opportunity. More opportunity is going to coming in this country after being implemented. One more I added, because change makes you more citizens. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek, for this information, and it's really related to the theme of the day. Okay, let me just go to the next slide. This slide actually talks about how what's the VAT process of payment. I came across this in many websites, even from my own company. That means it's a reliable source of information. Now, imagine, I'm sorry, it's not clear, but I'll read it. I can't read it from here. But the farmer will grow the cotton. Okay? And then he will give it to a factory. What will happen here, the factory will take the VAT from, the farmer will get the VAT from the value, the VAT, from the factory on behalf of government. Okay, now the factory will make clothes and give it to the retail chain, which is Carrefour or Lulu. What will happen? He will collect VAT from retail chain and he will get compensated the amount which is given to the farmer. It will be compensated back to him. Now, we are going to buy the product. Retail chain will collect VAT from us, and factory will be compensated as well. So, at the end, who is going to pay is the final consumer. So, this is it here. That's the final. The net value is. This is the net value. That's why which I could not read. That is collected through the chain, and the end consumer bears the cost. So the chain will do all the payment, etc., on behalf of government, but at the end, the value will be paid by the final consumer.
Who will pay the government?
Who?
This thing. Who is going to make the payment to the government?
Businesses. At every step, businesses will pay the government. Will collect on behalf of government.
Every supply chain, VAT is being paid to the government. Government is making a lot of money. Farmer sells it to them, government takes it. Manufacturer sells it.
The farmer is giving 50 dirham, the factory is giving 100 dirham, the retailer is giving 150. Total collection is around 250 by the government.
Yes. Final consumer only.
They will compensate. No compensation. Who will
In between, there will be compensation here.
Who will compensate?
Each parties.
Each party.
Each
This one will collect from the previous one.
Yeah, the compensation is that they will add it to their cost and they will charge it to the next customer. But government has already made the money and it is.
Maybe there will be some difference. Maybe
There's no
back to the
reimbursement.
government. So this is how the process should.
So for us, we are used to taxes. So we get
So you are okay,
taxes.
good. Okay, so that's just an idea about how the process will work here in UAE. The next serious business is we are all here for education. And usually I don't have enough words to thank you, Mr. John Thomas, for the last session and the session of today. So let's welcome Senior Toastmaster John Thomas for our education session today.
Toastmasters of the meeting, fellow members, honorable guests, warm good evening.
Good evening.
As some of you know, not majority, because majority are guests today. This is a continuation from last meeting. So, just for the benefit of this, Toastmastering comprises two components. One is called competent communication track. And an equally important component of the whole Toastmastering process is called competent leadership. So the first one is called CC, and there are 10 projects. When you join Toastmasters, Toastmasters will send you a manual. This is competent communication manual. If you go read, there are 10 projects in this manual, and every project addresses 7 specific objectives. So by the time you finish your 10 projects, all the fundamental basic requirements of delivering a good speech, you have learned it. And the second manual you receive from Toastmasters is called competent leadership. This is the second manual. But this manual also has 10 projects. So there are
multiple roles people take up when they attend a Toastmasters meeting. All those roles play a part in completing these projects. But what normally happens is people don't pay much attention to the competent leadership track, mainly because they wanted to be good, because the general awareness or understanding is Toastmastering is something about public speaking. But always remember, this is an equally important track and you need to pay the same amount of attention for this track as well. Now, this is a wonderful definition of what leadership is all about. Leadership is the capacity to look ahead, think ahead, plan ahead, and influence others to go ahead on the plan. And this statement is made by Ralph C. Medley, who has founded Toastmasters International. Now, last meeting, out of the 10 projects, because of the time limitation, we have already covered 5 in the last meeting. I will generally touch upon those things for the benefit of our guests. The first 5 projects is all about identifying, improving, sharpening the leadership skills every human being, every individual possesses. Look at them: listening, critical thinking, giving feedback, time management, planning and implementation. It's purely about improving yourself. Since I have already covered it in the last session, let me go to the 6 onwards, project 6 onwards. Once you have developed your inherent talents, now you go to the next level. The project 6 and 7 is about organization and facilitation. So it's about how to form a team and work in a team. How do you effectively play a role of a team member? So these are the things which you do when you function as a team. Organization, facilitation and all. So there are 2 projects in that. And the last part, there are 3 projects in that, which is all about team management and leading a team. So first you develop your skills, then work in a team, then you lead the team. It's a natural flow, isn't it? You agree with me, isn't it? So I'm just skipping to, I'm going fast to the 6th.
I think we have only one speaker today. Maybe you can just go through all the slides.
Quickly. Just quickly.
Yeah, we have only one speaker, right?
Yeah.
Everybody will benefit.
We have many guests, so it is good for us.
Why don't I make it quickly?
Yeah. Right. The first project is about listening. A very important skill, irrespective of you being Toastmaster or you are not a Toastmaster, any human being, this is a skill which is very important in your daily life. You need to listen to your wife, your children, your boss. Wherever you go, you need to be a good listener. This is one very important aspect of being a good human being. And there are certain objectives. Every project, as I said, there are certain objectives. Evaluate your ability to listen and identify and apply effective listening skills are the objectives of that. And how do we complete the first project? These are the roles which you, if you look at the Yavel Club, there are certain roles. I think the Toastmaster has already introduced the role plays today. So you finish all these things and you complete the project. If you serve any of these 3 roles, you are done with your first project. And the second project onwards is more or less the same. Majority of them, you take up a role during the meeting. But 6 onwards, it goes beyond within a meeting. It goes to a different level. That is from project 6 onwards. So 1 to 5, it's purely whatever happens within the meeting is considered as one item of the whole project. Here, if you do finish 3 of the 4 roles, then you have completed your first project. Second project is about critical thinking. Unless otherwise you think, analyze, you can never be an efficient leader. So another very important part of developing yourself as a leader. Evaluate your ability to think critically and apply critical thinking practices. Goes back to the same thing, you need to serve any of these 2 roles of the, any 2 roles of the 3, whatever is mentioned there. Speech evaluator, grammarian, general evaluator. Giving feedback is the third project. Again, let's look at from a team's perspective or a leader's perspective. If you are a boss, assume that you are a boss. You are a team leader in your organization. The subordinates will look at you so that you tell them whatever is good, where are their strengths, where are their areas of weakness so that they can improve. That's how the team functions. Your yearly appraisal is nothing but your boss is giving you a feedback of your past year's performance. Time management, very important aspect of the whole Toastmasters. Because if you look at the agenda, it starts at 8 and it ends at 10. And every activity is timed. Except this session, because I don't think I will be able to stick to the time given in this. So whatever you see is with the time. Every minute is counted. So time management is very important when you do whatever. So the requirements to fulfill this particular project is, look at this, serve as a timer. That's a mandatory thing to complete this project. So whatever Arun is doing today is mandatory for the completion of project number 4. And any 3 of these 4 will complete the project. And 5th one is planning and implementation. So unless and otherwise you make a proper plan, you will not be able to achieve any of your targets, any of your goals. So any goal has to be preceded by a proper plan. So planning is the first step, and this is objectives of the project are evaluate your ability to plan and implement and apply planning implementation practices. So how do we complete this project? There are 4 different roles and you need to complete 3 of them. So that finishes our first 5 projects. Now let's go to the 6th project. Now this is not within yourself. You are growing beyond that individual now. Organizing and delegating, obviously, organizing requires multiple people, multiple actions. So, objectives are evaluate your ability to organize and plan, apply organization and delegation skills. Very important, because whatever you see here happens rarely. It doesn't happen every week. Help organize a club speech contest. That happens only once a year. Every year, every Toastmasters club conduct a contest. It's a speech contest. That happens only once a year. So, whoever is targeting the leadership track has to be very careful not to miss that chance of once a year activity. So VP, I think you need to be very careful about this. identify the people who are completing the track and target them accordingly. So, President has mentioned about our speech contest. You can volunteer yourself to help conducting that event. Help organize a club special event.
I want to go to the first one. Help organize the club speech contest. Right? The help can be in different forms, right?
Any form.
Because,
Maybe organizing the venue.
Yes.
yeah, because, normally, the committee will, executive committee will form a separate committee to organize the contest.
Right.
So you can be a part of that committee, then you can take the.
Which we had like last year.
Yes.
Yeah. If you are, I think you have taken part in
Yes, I
that
did.
last year, so that can be considered as
what?
this one. Yes. Organize a club special event. So Toastmasters Club organizes special events here and there. Picnic. Here we used to have yearly picnic. Now, since the participation is less, the past 2 years there was nothing. But that can be a special event for the club. Or we used to organize special meetings. 50th meeting was a big event for Mussafah Toastmasters Club. 75th meeting was a big event. So that it goes beyond the normal meeting structure. We invite family, we invite guests from the different clubs, our area directors. So it goes beyond a normal meeting structure, and that can be considered as a special event. Organize a club membership campaign. That's another thing. Many clubs, they conduct membership campaigns so that the strength of the club increases. So if you are a part of that campaign, it again satisfies one of the requirements. Public relations campaign. More or less the same thing. You make the community aware of your club and its benefits, proceedings, etc. That's the public campaign. It could be Malayalee Samajam, if you go there, give flyers to everybody who is coming for a specific event. That's a public event. You promote your club. Club newsletter. Many clubs release newsletters once in a quarter. We had done it 2 years back. We have released 3 newsletters, and this year also we are planning for at least 1. So articles, the club members can contribute. They can give their articles and it will be published either in a hard copy or in a soft form. And assist club's webmaster, Mussafah Toastmasters Club, and most of the Toastmasters Club, they have a web page now, and there is somebody managing it. I think our VP Education is managing it's not updated as of now, but many clubs have an updated, their meeting details are there. Every week's meetings, minutes of the meeting, they publish their photographs will be published. So somebody who is assisting the webmaster to do that is again can fulfill one of the, these are the 6 roles for the project 6. Let's find out what is project 7. Developing your facilitation skills. Objectives are evaluate your ability to facilitate, identify and apply facilitation skills. Can somebody give me the meaning of facilitation in good English? We all know what is facilitation, but how do we define facilitation?
Assisting to take them to the mainstream.
Something, yeah, close to that. Making a process easier is facilitation. So being Toastmaster of the day, there are so many activities, and his role is to efficiently manage that, to ease the whole activities together. So that's what facilitation is. There are 3 general things, but look at the 4th one, something which is different from the normal stuff. Guests are a very critical part of Toastmaster. We treat guests are very important to every club because that's how we grow. And when a guest comes, he comes with hundreds of doubts, inhibitions, fear. How do the other guys treat us? there will be a lot of questions. What is this agenda? What is leadership? What is, so many questions they come in. So ideally, some senior guy or who was familiar with the proceeding has to accompany the guest, sit along with him and assist him in understanding the whole agenda. So that is befriend a guest so that they don't feel they are not part of the group. We want every guest to feel that you are part of this family, even if you drop out after one meeting. So we do not want anybody to feel that no, these guys are talking something Chinese. This is not a place for me. We want everybody to be part of this family. So befriend a guest will definitely earn a point to which complete your project 7. And this is again, those two were about playing a part in the team. Now you are elevating yourself to the next level. It's about managing a team. We are talking about team management now. Motivating people. So now you have become a leader. You are not only a part of a team, you are leading the team now. That's why you need to motivate people. You need to motivate team members. Evaluate your ability to motivate. Apply leadership practices that motivate people. Whatever you have learned in the previous projects, now you are applying. So let's look at the requirements to complete the project. Serve as a chairman for either 1 or 2. Very important, because it's a rare opportunity. You won't get chances every now and then. Club membership campaign or contest chairman. Club public relations campaign chairman. Remember that earlier it was only a supporting role. Remember what we have seen in project 6. Now you need to act as a chairman. You are leading a team now. You are not just a part of a team. So one of these 2. And 2 of these 3. These 3 are standard roles which happen at every meeting. Very important thing, mentoring. As we welcome our guest, this is the next level of that. Whoever joins new, you can request for a mentor. It's a very close relationship. The mentor is supposed to guide you through this journey. You can ask whatever doubt you have. You can prepare your speech, send it to him, let him analyze, because the speech has to be for that specific objectives given in the manual. So he will guide you. The senior member will mentor you all through your journey. And it plays a very important role. And remember, project 9 is now we are closing to the end of the whole leadership manual. So they have assigned a big value for mentoring in the whole Toastmaster. Evaluate your ability to mentor, identify and apply effective mentoring skills. So now you are taking the role of a guru. You are giving a helping hand to somebody coming up. Requirements: serve in any one of the 3 roles. Mentor a new member. Some of the existing members require some kind of a mentor. Naturally. And serve as a guidance committee member. And there is something called high performance leadership, which is out of the normal Toastmastering manuals or the form. This is whatever you have learned from Toastmastering, how do you give it to the community? So I think the only person who has completed this is Toastmaster PO. What he has done is he has taken up a role for Malayalee Samajam.
No, DTAC, I print the DTAC.
Yeah, okay, DTAC. So something.
Venue management.
Yes. What was that?
Venue
management.
management.
Or you can take up role in any social forum. Auditing Mussafah Malayalee Samajam can be an activity. Their account needs to be audited by somebody. If you are an accountant, if you are an audit guy, you can, maybe wherever social organization you are part of, you can be take up a responsible role. And there are certain, what are the benefits of that? Is there any certificate or something which Toastmasters give you?
Yeah, definitely.
So Toastmaster International will give you a certificate that you have done this particular role. That is not within the club, it is something outside the club. So, and somebody needs to evaluate his role there. That is what this serve as a guidance committee member. When a person, a Toastmaster, does an HPL role, you need to evaluate him. That is the guidance committee member.
And they select, from the division, they select best to HPL.
HPL, yeah. So it's a very rewarding journey. And the last is team building. Evaluate your ability to build teams, identify and apply team building practices. The comments are role 1 and 2. Toastmaster, general evaluator, they are mandatory. These are standard meeting rules. And serve 1 in 3 to 7. You will find this getting repeated from the previous ones. Club membership campaign chairman, public relations campaign chairman, speech contest chairman, special event chairman, club newsletter editor or webmaster. So the others are a rare occurrence. What we can do, whoever is targeting in the near future, what the contest is happening. So don't miss this chance. It's a once in a year chance. So whoever has started your CL journey should pick up this this opportunity and make use on February 9th. On February 9th. So whoever is willing to contribute for the success of the event, they can assist, get some mandatory points, and they can be a contest chair. So I think this is somebody will pick up this role. So it's a first come first serve basis. Whoever is interested, take up the role. Now, completed all the 10 roles. You need to bring this manual every meeting, because like the CC manual, it's here, projects are clearly mentioned. And you give it to the person sitting next to you. He is going to evaluate whatever role you have taken up during the meeting. Everybody should bring this manual at every meeting and give it to the next person so that he can put your he can evaluate your activities. And once you have done whatever clear requirements for the first project, hand over it to the Vice VP Education. You need to countersign. You need to sign that so that he is certifying that you have completed, you have accomplished whatever is required. So after completing the project, there are certain points which you need to pay little attention. Competent leadership manual every meeting. Plan with VPE to program your leadership project. It's not like CC. Let me repeat that again. It's not like CC. CC, you can just pick up the project at any point of time. You can complete your CC at any point of time. But here, many of the chances come once in a year. If you miss that, you need to wait for another long year to complete that trial. Ask a member to evaluate your role. Once a project is completed, ask VP to sign it. Once you have completed all the 10 projects, ask VP to apply for the CL award. Once you have completed your CL, it doesn't stop there. There are 2 more levels to go. ALB, Advanced Leadership Bronze, Advanced Leadership Silver, and High Performance Leadership. Is that a mandatory thing for DTM? Yes. Yes. So, what are we gaining? Is it just a waste of time? Once you do it, sincerely. These are the gates. You will be a better leader, not just a Toastmaster. You will be a better leader wherever you go, at your workplace, at your home. You will learn by fulfilling club leadership roles. This is what we have discussed. You will achieve your competent leadership award. Toastmaster will give you a certificate and a badge saying that you are a competent leader. And that will benefit the club by adding 1 DCP point for your club. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster John Thomas, for that seductive presentation. That was a good presentation. Thank you so much. Okay, now it's the time to go with the first prepared speech. Just for the benefit of the guests, usually we have 2 to 3 prepared speeches, but today, due to some lack of time, because usually we have our meeting every 2 weeks, but this time our meeting was preponed to this week because of the coming Christmas and end of the year celebration, so we had to prepone our meeting to today. So this time we have only 1 prepared speech, which is speech number 4. Speech number 4 will be conducted by Toastmaster Deepak Joseph. Toastmaster Deepak will be evaluated by Toastmaster Rajesh Padikari. May I request Toastmaster Rajesh to explain the objectives of the speech.
Toastmaster Deepak today is going to deliver his project number 4, that is how to say it. The objective of speech is select the right words and sentence structure to communicate your ideas clearly, accurately and vividly. Use rhetorical devices to enhance and emphasize the ideas. Eliminate jargon and unnecessary words. Use correct grammar. All the best for Deepak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajesh. Our timer, could you please tell us the time allocated for speech number 4, CC number 4.
Good evening once again.
Good evening.
Prepared speeches, time allotted 5 to 7 minutes, grace speed 30 seconds. 5 minutes, the green light will be shown. 6 minutes, the yellow light. Red light in 7 minutes, until the speaker is finished. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aaron. Deepak Joseph is from India. He is sales executive with Bureau Veritas. He is very dynamic Toastmaster. He has been with us for more than a year in Toastmastering, and he likes driving, movies and music. Let's hear today from Toastmaster Deepak Joseph.
Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Yes, and how many of you have seen this logo before? Okay. Can you tell me which company's logo is it?
Tesla.
Right. Tesla is an American company which it is a forerunner and pioneer in development of electric vehicles. They have started an electric car revolution in the world. So before I dive in more into the electric vehicle revolution, let me just give you a brief idea what are type of vehicles there are in the world. The most common one is petrol engine vehicles, which most of us are using. Then the diesel vehicles. Then gas vehicles. Gas vehicles, most of you might not have seen it. Gas vehicles are turbine-driven vehicles. So basically this engine can support any type of fuels, even vodka. It runs in even vodka. And solar vehicles is another type of renewable energy vehicle. Hydrogen vehicles, it runs on fuel cells. Electric vehicles, this is what we are going to dive deeper into. We also have hybrid steam engine vehicles, which the old trains used to run.